Amber Flynn, or Palmby, was destined to be the richest person in America possibly last year, or at least in the minds of other people, they would have saw, wow, these people are going somewhere. But my right as an American was taken away. They tricked her in every single way with layers of lies and whatever worked. They're trying to use the KKK, but those people would not have helped if they knew everything, because it's not really worth it. I mean, people need to know. It's not worth one man over there, one man who's old, coming up with excuses, and he's been using it to prevent them from being able to meet their wives, because he's able to control them. Someone out there has been doing this. They've been trying to, call it the KKK or something like that. And my best friend I grew up with, that has elf ears. He's in the Mormon church. I can't really believe that this is exactly from the Mormon church, though, because somewhere someone hides behind a wall and just wants everybody. He just wants everybody to obey him or whatever, and it's coming from a religion. It's coming from, Russell came to me in his sleep confessing that he was Fizban and it's his fault, and that he would help me change them or whatever. He knew that what he did was very wrong to me, preventing me from being able to reach this girl and doing the pre-death funerals. It was very wrong what he did. So down here on the bottom left, you see my artist name Spoon. Yum, let's share this with families everywhere. Yes. Families, yes. And then look at the black one looking at the star like, oh wow. His eyes are cross-eyed because he's too close to the star. But what they're actually doing here is just justifying blocking me, because they never contacted me. There was no single concern at all. They never even suggested that I take a certain path or that I be more careful with sharing. They haven't done any of that at all. None. So, this KKK stuff, it's bullshit. It's not even real. It's as not real as, they were just trying to come up with whatever network in our country helps. Comes from a guy hiding in a church somewhere behind a wall or whatever. And it's completely, they'll lead the whole thing with lies if that's what it takes to put a stop to me before, he loses his biggest discovery or whatever, because he was trying to hack me or whatever. Or he was there. I shared too much. Obviously, I shared too much. So, back in California, it's very surprising how much I was betrayed, and that girl. They needed to make her look like they were justified in blocking us. And so Kiana would have been surrounded with timing and money to make sure that she hires this girl, and that this girl somehow sleeps with a black person somewhere for money or whatever it takes. They would have tried to take away everything from her until she did it, so they were justified. Where the people don't even know what's going on, so that they would obey in cutting me off before they were able to meet their wives. They deserve to meet their wife in the afterlife. They deserve to know where they go to bed. Those people are in heaven. That's real. They deserve to know. So, I have been illegally stopped from sharing in my own country, in America. I have not had the freedom of expression. They paid one step ahead of me to stop them at every news place, well, because they're always constantly trying to hack me and spy. It starts where I witnessed too much. That was a mistake they made when my work was cleaning me up. Look more into it. I complained about Charles Manson, and then he was dead, and then they gave me a goth girl with handcuffs smiling, like somebody's threatening message going, I don't believe you. I don't believe that you are what you claim to be. That person was delusional and sick. My work was concerned because I downloaded new goth music, and I was coming in on Adderall on Wednesdays. So they got my dad's help to do a reverse psychology AA meeting, like the Saved by the Bell episode he was in, when they give Zach Morris what he wants to teach him a lesson. And so they couldn't tell the difference between irony and what was fake. And my posts that I made to wake up this girl were taken down. It started where I shared a dream I had of our son. And she's been telling me in my dreams not to let the people who currently love her know, because they tried to stop her from winning. I just wanted to be in line. I wanted to point at the object, the person who loved her the most. They took this away from her and me. They even went to the extent of contacting Joanna's fabric store. They're thankful I can look a little bit weird, so they'll use that against me too. But trust me, it was more helpful than you know. So, the very first time one of my blog posts was taken down, without my permission or anything, as if I was the one who did it, was a test to see if people were capable of doing this to her. You find the reasons that in the Overboard movie, Kurt Russell gave us a warning. Russell was in the Mormon church. You can find it in the names everywhere. What they did to this girl was wrong. She would have been completely rich right now with me. She didn't have to be with me. She didn't have to have sex, not with anybody. But they were trying to push her into it so that they would be justified for blocking us. But it had to be with an illegal or a black person. And this came from the right side. So, brown M&Ms covering the face is for her to sue the right side. And yellow M&Ms over my crotch is to sue the left side, because they were being paid to help them and cover it up. It's very disgusting what they did, because I was trying to help them. And their own family names are asking them to help me. But they've been taking away the rights from their own people. So, I know right now, this girl, for the rest of her life, could be, stuck with somebody that would have been a victim of people trying to kill everybody who knows. That's very real. So that an old man somewhere hiding behind a wall gets to be more beautiful than the younger kids. That's what's going through our head right now. Because what else would it be? They come up with excuses, but they didn't even tell me. So, I'm too Irish American? Obviously I am. When Edward Caspell made his album, Permission to Leave the Temple, they really took advantage of each other right there. Pretending to be the other person, pretending to be part of the other side. But that's, every single excuse that could possibly work, it's being used somewhere because they know by spying on the people what they'll obey. But none of them would have helped if they actually knew. They're actually stopping them from being able to get their pre-death funeral or whatever. And the Joanne Fabrics, who leads that place? Joanne Fabrics? And that whole thing was taken down. See, Amber Flynn and me should have had the right. You should have just expressed your concerns and let us give the pre-death funerals to the most respected people. She should have had the right to choose her man. She didn't have this right. They took it. By not allowing her to see and making sure of it by paying